really be a real estate agent as an introvert?
Oh damn, I wasn't recording. As a real estate agent, can you be introverted?
Absolutely. In fact, I think most real estate agents are more introverted than they are extroverted. I find it interesting that a lot of people get into the industry and their natural tendencies are more introverted. So I don't know why this industry attracts people like that. It's almost, maybe it's partly a challenge. Those of us that don't like to be in front of crowds, somehow we're attracted to an industry that forces us to be social, to be in front of large groups of people. Yeah. Part of it for me, I have to overcome my introverted ways, so I just have to get into state. Tony Robbins talks about getting into state, listening to music, and it's almost like turning on part of yourself that you're not comfortable with. It's kind of like showing up to a performance. You know, you're in state. So for me, my real estate business is very much about being in state, putting on that performance while I'm in front of clients. While I'm in front of large groups of agents, while I'm on stage speaking, while I'm doing things like that. So I feel like it's just, if you can learn how to get into that state, you can be very successful as an introverted agent.
I think a lot of real estate agents have a servant's heart. And I think with the servant's heart, we want to get out there and we want to serve our community, we want to serve our clients. And part of that is teaching them and guiding them through the process. And so whether or not we're introverted or extroverted, it doesn't matter because it's that servant's heart that really guides us.
And I would say, the biggest thing is to, when we're out with our clients, we need to educate them. And the more we know and the more we share with them, the better they are in the process. So whether you're introverted or not, your knowledge base on learning what you're selling and what you're doing is the most important thing.
Getting out there and serving the community. If you let your heart kind of guide that, you will naturally be out there to help others.
I literally turn on Realtor Todd when I'm opening a door and going into the house with the people, the client. But other than that, I just be my normal self, and then it's, I flip a switch when I go in.
But you're more extroverted. I don't
Yes.
think you struggle with the introvertedness.
No, I
so
don't.
those of us that struggle with that introverted side, it's my natural tendencies. I enjoy staying at home. I enjoy doing computer work behind the scene. And that's something you have to be really cautious about. If you are an introverted agent, you need to force yourself to get out in front of people, because your natural tendencies that if you stay in your comfort zone, you're gonna wanna stay home, texting people, talking to people behind the scenes, which is part of the business, but it's not gonna be the part that gets you successful. You've got to put yourself in networking events, getting out and doing the community events. Michelle, I know you're really good with going to the events in Georgetown and like the Poppy Fest and different things like that. There's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people there. It's a huge event. And actually it really gets fun when you start getting out and you get to know people and you get to know, what makes them tick, what makes a community tick. And it really adds to the energy.
You have some of that extroverted into you, which is so good.
I can be both. Like if I'm home, I can sit and read a book and be happy all by myself for days on it.
Yeah.
But then once I'm out and about, I'm like, no, let's do this thing. So I kind of, I'm a chameleon, I guess. I can mix into whatever.
No, that's a beautiful skill, honestly. I think it's phases too in life. I almost feel like in my younger years, I was much more extroverted, but as I'm growing this business and just, getting older, I feel like I've become more introverted. It's just the pandemic really, I think, is what finally just set it in me. I realized, oh my gosh, it feels good to stay home and not have to go anywhere, to really work from home, get up and be able to just have a schedule that kind of kept me stable during those times and not on the go a lot. So I feel like the pandemic had a lot to do with it. But whatever phase you're in of your life, if you're introverted or extroverted, I think both ways you can be extremely successful in real estate.
I think it's that momentum, honestly, because if I'm at home a lot and I stay at home, it just starts to become so comfortable and I just want to stay there forever. But then once I get out, I'm like, okay, this momentum, I need to be out. So whatever momentum I have going is what I kind of stick with.
Totally. Michelle, I know you've had situations with clients where you've had, it's like, you could dig into a little bit of that, just talking about sometimes working with people who you wouldn't want to bring to Thanksgiving dinner.
I've had some really interesting clients, and honestly, every transaction is a growth experience for me, and I learn something every single time. And I've come to realize that everybody is in their own phase of life too, and so I think it's growth for them and for me, because some of these clients are,
Yeah.
it's like there's no words for it.
I know. And I think that's a part of what makes an introvert terrified of having to be out in front of all these clients too. It's the unknown. You never know. Like Michelle said, each transaction is completely different. You don't know what's coming around the next curve. You don't know the true personality of some of these clients you're working with, and it's super intimidating for an introvert. I can say specifically for an introvert, it's super intimidating to get out there in the unknown world of relationships and what can come of it. I mean, we see doozies all the time.
Yes, we do.